Hello all, welcome to my channel. Today we will begin the second class of our spoken English series. In the previous class, I have shared with you 4 ways to improve your speaking skills. I hope you have followed all those 4 ways and will continue to do that until you have enriched your vocab. So, let us begin with today's class, but before that, if you haven't watched my previous video of this series, please check the description box. I have provided the link there. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please press the bell icon to get all updates. At the end of the video, I'll give you some tasks to perform. So watch the video till the end. So let's start. This series will be on greetings and introduction. Whenever we meet someone or we go somewhere, we greet the person or we introduce ourselves. This is the very basic thing how we begin our interaction with that person. So our today's class will be on the topic greetings and introduction. So before we begin, let us discuss what is greeting. It's a noun, something which means something friendly and polite that you say or you do when you meet or welcome someone. Okay, so greeting, when you greet someone, it could be formal when you are in a very formal situation. It could be informal when you are meeting your friends, your relatives, your family. So, what are the kind of expressions that you use in both the situations? Let's see. Like, hello, how are you? How do you do? This is the expression when you use when you meet the person for the first time. How is everything? So these are the expressions that you use when you are in a formal situation. And informally, we can use morning, hi, hey, yo, ahoy, what's up, how is it going, how are you doing, how are things. So in a formal situation, we generally use good morning, good noon, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on the time when we are meeting the person. So what are the kind of responses that you give in such situations? When you are feeling very nice, very great, you can say great, nice, fantastic, and some similar adjectives. Or if you are feeling very average, you can say not bad, so, I can't complain. And if it is not at all good, you can say use expressions like bad, lousy, not good. So these are the kind of responses you use when somebody greet you, and we have already discussed the kind of expressions that you use to greet some person. Okay, both in formal and informal situation. Let's see what's next. Okay, next is introduction. So many people struggle most of the times when it comes to introduction, and surprisingly this is something we can never escape from. Whether you are a student, an employee, an entrepreneur, or anybody belonging to any sector, you ought to be capable of introducing yourself in your target language. Here we are calling English as our target language because this is the language that we are aiming to learn and to be fluent on. So first comes introduction. This is a basic thing that you need to know how to introduce yourself to some other person. Let's see. I am giving you some prompts or some points that you use when you introduce yourself to someone. So the first and the foremost thing is you tell your name. What is your name? Okay. And then you happen to tell your address, where you live, the locality, okay, and the place, okay, or any state, country. You tell your address. Then comes age. You tell your age or your date of birth. Then you tell about your interest, your hobby, what you like doing, and then your occupation. If you are a student, you can use expressions like I'm pursuing so and so course, and if you are an employee, you can tell I'm working for this and this company, and your post. Here you can add information about your family members also. Okay, so this was the points that you can include when you are introducing yourself. Let's see what's next. So the commonly used expressions that we use when you are introducing yourself is my name is. You tell your name. Okay, or let's see the other ways how you can say the same thing. Okay, you can say, let me introduce myself, my name is. Then you tell your name. Allow me to introduce myself, my name is. Okay, next is, I would like to introduce myself, my name is. Then you tell your name. Lastly, this is, then you tell your name. I hope all these 5 expressions are clear to you. You can use any of them, whatever you like and whatever you find suitable. Fine. So these are the kind of expressions that you can use while in the beginning sentence when you are telling your name. Next, when you ask something to introduce yourself at that particular time, what kind of expressions should you use? You can use, what is your name? Ask the person their name. Fine. The next is, you can ask, what is your full name or what is your complete name? How can I call you? How should I call you? So these are the kind of expressions you can use when you ask someone to introduce themselves. I hope this is clear. Next, now in such situation, when you introduce someone to someone else, that means you are the person who is going to introduce one person to the other. That means you are familiar and you are friends with both the person, but they are not known to each other, and you are the connecting link between them, and you are now going to introduce the first person to the second person. In such situation, what kind of expressions can you use? Let's see. Let me introduce my boss, Mr. Rohan Arora. You are introducing your boss to somebody else, say for your colleague, or say for your friend or your family member, not your colleague, your family member, or a new colleague could be there, or your friend or some friend of yours. You can use the expressions like, let me introduce my boss, Mr. Rohan Arora. Next is, may I introduce my husband, Mr. Singh. Third one, I would like to introduce my best friend, Rimi. So these are the kind of expressions you can use when you are introducing some person to the other one. Okay, let's see. Now I'll give you some dialogues in dialogue form to make it more clear to you how you introduce yourself to some person. Say for, these are 2 persons and they are introducing themselves. Okay. Hello, I am John, or hello, my name is John. Person 1 is speaking to person 2. The second one says, pleased to meet you, Mr. John. My name is Harry. Then the first person again says, nice to meet you, Mr. Harry. So this is the complete conversation between the 2 persons when they are introducing themselves to one another, right? I hope this is clear. Let's see the next one. Now, the second situation which we have already talked about is introducing others. Let's see it in a dialogue form. So this is the person, this is a person. He is the connecting link between the 2 girls, and he is introducing one to the other. See, Joe, this is Rose. Then the other one says, hello Joe. Hi Rose, nice to meet you. So I hope it is clear, the dialogue between the 2. This is the conversation, and this is the sample conversation when you are introducing someone to the other one. I hope this is clear to you? All the expressions, if you haven't understood, please go back in the slides to the slides and watch that. Okay, so the task that I am giving you today is you try to introduce yourself using the appropriate expressions. I have already given you the points, the prompts that you can use while introducing yourself. And the second task for today is write 2 dialogues about introducing others. And remember, this is in a formal situation. Okay? I hope this session was helpful and you'll sincerely do the task that is given to you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends, your family, your relatives. Thanks for watching. Keep learning, keep growing. Bye-bye, everyone.